What is up, Browns fans? You are not going to believe the level of precision behind our front office's moves this offseason. While everyone is buzzing about the draft picks and free agency, there is one specific acquisition that serves as the absolute foundation for our entire offensive line. This piece was locked in before anyone else arrived, and it changes everything we thought we knew about our protection scheme for the upcoming season. Why is this player the ultimate linchpin for our success? Smash that like button, subscribe to the channel, and comment below before we dive into this critical situation. Tytus Howard stands as the cornerstone of the revamped Cleveland Browns offensive line heading into the 2026 season. As the primary building block for this unit, his acquisition set the stage for every subsequent roster move. The team prioritized Howard early in March, securing him via trade with the Texans, well before the legal tampering period began. By acting before engaging with free agents, the front office clearly established his role as the anchor. This strategic move occurred a full week before the team secured Zion Johnson and Elgton Jenkins, and even before they re-signed guard Teven Jenkins. The uncertainty surrounding other positions was immense at the time. The team could not guarantee the draft selection of Spencer Fano or the eventual retirement of Joel Bitonio. By bringing in Howard, the organization operated under the firm belief that the right tackle position was resolved. This early commitment allowed the team to construct the rest of the line around him with a sense of stability. Even as the roster evolved throughout the offseason, Howard remained the constant presence. His arrival signaled a major change in how the front office approached the trenches, focusing on veteran experience to stabilize a critical position. The decision to trade for him before the draft ensured that the team entered the spring with at least one guaranteed starter locked into a premium spot. As the Dawg Pound looks toward the upcoming regular season, the integration of this new-look offensive line hinges on the consistency of the veteran right tackle. The path Howard has traveled since March underscores his importance to the team, as every other roster decision on the offensive line directly or indirectly correlates with his presence on the field, confirming his status as the foundational piece for 2026. The strategic importance of Tytus Howard is best highlighted by his unique position among the team's salary structure. Currently, Howard ranks as the second highest paid player on the entire Browns roster, commanding a yearly average of $22.5 million. This financial commitment places him firmly behind only Deshaun Watson, significantly outpacing the compensation for other key linemen like Zion Johnson at $16.5 million and Elgton Jenkins at $12 million. Why does this matter right now for the team? This level of investment signifies that Howard is not merely a depth piece or a temporary solution. He is viewed as an elite asset essential for protecting the quarterback and maintaining stability in the pocket. With head coach Todd Monken noting that he has a clear idea of 4 out of the 5 starters, Howard's name is consistently at the top of that list. His role is so solidified that even during the recent 3-day minicamp, the coaching staff utilized him as the anchor at right tackle. While the team experiments with various combinations, such as placing Teven Jenkins at right guard, Elgton Jenkins at center, Zion Johnson at left guard, and Spencer Fano at left tackle, Howard's position remains undisputed. This matters because it provides the offensive line with a reliable baseline. In a league where continuity in the trenches is often the difference between success and failure, having a high-earning veteran locked into a permanent spot allows the coaching staff to focus their attention on the more fluid roles within the unit. The financial commitment confirms the organization's trust in his performance, ensuring that the right side of the offensive line remains a point of strength, while the coaching staff addresses the remaining questions regarding the center and left tackle positions. While Tytus Howard provides the stability at right tackle, the surrounding positions on the offensive line are still being evaluated by the coaching staff. The flexibility of Elgton Jenkins remains a key topic of discussion. While he could potentially play guard, the Browns may be forced to keep him at center if players like Luke Weipler or rookie Parker Brailsford fail to establish themselves. This uncertainty forces the team to rely heavily on the solidified roles of Howard and Zion Johnson to maintain offensive cohesion. The transition of Spencer Fano to left tackle also presents a distinct challenge. Although the team is counting on his high-level play, he is shifting from the right side where he spent his final 2 seasons at Utah. Adding to the complexity, some league observers, including Mel Kiper Jr., previously projected Fano as a guard at the professional level. Coach Monken has been transparent about the situation, acknowledging that while they drafted Fano early to play at a high level, the team has not yet put the pads on, meaning the development process is ongoing. Howard's presence effectively shields the team from having to worry about both tackle spots simultaneously. By having an established veteran like Howard at right tackle, the staff can afford to dedicate more resources and patience to the development of Fano on the opposite side. The internal depth chart also features players like DeWand Jones and KT Leviston, who are being observed for potential rotational roles. However, none of these names carry the same certainty as Howard. His established track record allows the Browns to maintain a coherent strategy, ensuring that even if the other four spots fluctuate, the right tackle position remains a pillar of consistent performance throughout the duration of the 2026 season. Looking at potential scenarios where the starting offensive line could change, Titus Howard remains the least likely candidate to be moved. There are three hypothetical situations that could theoretically impact his role, though all are considered unlikely by the coaching staff. The first scenario would involve Spencer Fano struggling on the left side, prompting a total shakeup of the tackle spots. In this case, Dawg Jones would be the primary option to sub in, but such a move would be a massive adjustment for the entire line. A second scenario involves Howard shifting inside to one of the guard spots due to an injury elsewhere on the line. While he has experience at guard, having started 5 games at left guard and 2 at right guard for the Texans last year, this move would leave a vacancy at right tackle that the team is currently not prepared to fill with the same level of capability. Finally, the third scenario would require Howard to be outperformed by players like Fano, Jones, or Leviston. If Howard were to be benched in favor of these options, it would represent a significant disappointment for the franchise, given his stature and investment level. The team has invested too much in his success to assume he will be supplanted by developmental players or roster depth. Instead, the focus remains on building the unit around his veteran experience. His versatility is an insurance policy for the team, but his primary function is to lock down the right side of the line. The Dawg Pound can expect to see Howard as a constant force, as any departure from his current role would necessitate a major reassessment of the team's offensive philosophy, something the staff has not indicated is necessary or likely to happen. As the Cleveland Browns prepare to reconvene at training camp in late July, the primary objective for the coaching staff is to finalize the chemistry across all 5 spots on the offensive line. While positions at center and the left side of the line remain under evaluation, the organization heads into this critical phase with the confidence that the right tackle role is secure. The journey from that initial trade in early March to the current offseason phase highlights how Titus Howard has functioned as the gravitational center of the roster construction. Every other decision, from drafting Spencer Fano to signing Zion Johnson and Elgton Jenkins, was made with the knowledge that Howard was already in the fold. This continuity is vital for an offense that aims to hit the ground running when the regular season begins. The fact that the coaching staff has a pretty good idea of 4 out of the 5 starters points to the progress made since the offseason began. Howard's role is the most entrenched, providing a blueprint for the others to follow. By locking in their right tackle early, the Browns avoided the scramble that many teams face when trying to shore up the trenches in the summer. The remaining weeks before the season will be dedicated to testing the combinations that were observed during the recent minicamp, but the stability Howard provides allows the coaches to work from a position of relative strength. For the upcoming 2026 campaign, the offensive line's effectiveness will rely on the unit maturing as a whole, but they do so knowing that the most important position on the right side is firmly held. Howard is the bedrock, the linchpin, and the starting point for whatever success this offensive line aims to achieve on the field.